I don't really like making these kinds of videos where they're so negative, but where I live in Prince George, when shit happens, I get a little passionate about it. Prince George Yellow Taxi, PG Taxi 5644. Don't call that number unless you're gonna complain, because they are awful. I mean, it's about a 50-50 experience whether it's gonna be good or dog shit. Let's just start off by reading a couple of reviews from Google. Of course I picked the negative ones, but there's so many, it's about 50-50 like I said. Even like the 3 ones are pretty bad. This is the first one that pops up. We called at 4:30 to ensure a ride for 7 p.m. for a very important dinner meeting. When 7 p.m. came, we were told it would be another half hour. That's why you call ahead, just so your ride is there. Come on, man. Simple things. This guy was like, good. I got where I needed to go. No issues with the driver. I'm just giving 3 stars because I'm not too fond of taxis, drivers, and company. Yeah, I guess so. That's why we need Uber here in Prince George, to have some competition to make our standards of taxi riding better in Prince George. They are fighting against Uber because they have a monopoly here. Whether you want a taxi, you gotta call the orange one, 5333 or 5444, and they're both god awful. Let's see. Positive one, 3 in a row. Nice. Critical. Professionalism, punctuality, quality, and value. Terrible experience is the words from them. Would not recommend. Just walk to your destination. Yeah, that's right. They'll suggest that you walk to your destination. They don't want to give rides. If you order a ride in advance and you're 2 minutes late, they will cancel the ride and blame you any way possible. It's just their business. Owner of the company is extremely rude and unprofessional. All the drivers treat the customers like animals. The taxi is extremely overpriced for their poor service. Do not use this taxi service, you will be screwed over. It's true. If you want to go anywhere, I wanted to take a taxi to work, it would cost me $15 back when I worked. I don't work now. Shout out to Lonnie Burkett of WTF Prince George. Thank you so much for ruining that site. It is now just for memes. Nothing for Prince George. This won't be posted there. Sorry, Lonnie. This content isn't for you. Called for a taxi because my vehicle ran out of fuel. 10-liter jerry can, he said, was too big. I called the cab company and dispatch said it was against the law. So called Emerald Taxi, explained the situation, and they're happy to help us out. Emerald Taxi is the orange taxi in town. Don't use them either. If you need a ride in Prince George, you are fucked. Terrible company. Please, no one ride with PG Taxi unless you love a terrible experience. Oh, and that was from a limousine service. They obviously offer more than just taxi rides. They have limousines on order. If I could give 0, I would. I would need a ride to go pick up my car from the shop, so I called and went through the option to speak to someone. Call me old-fashioned, but I like to speak to real people instead of a dial menu. I waited for a full 10 minutes and got no one. That's pretty bad for a company that literally operates over the phone. So I hung up and found other options. Good for you. This one is 3 stars. The driver who picked me up was not the driver pictured on the license. That's not good. That's illegal. I'm filtering out the negative ones that just talk about smell, by the way. There's been a couple. Bad customer service. Was told it's policy to take deposit from hospital emergency. Hotels, convenience stores. Called the company and the lady has no clue about policy and was completely rude when I had called to explain the situation. The ride was less than 5 minutes and the fare came to $7. Before this, I took several rides from my hotel and haven't been asked to deposit. Also, were further destinations, I will take my business elsewhere. Whatever. There's just so fucking many. Just go look. There's 120. And, yeah, most of them are bad. I guess when you have a bad experience like me, I don't make videos of good experiences. Oh wait, I used to. That's what gpdoespg was about. The places that I loved. But no one watched them. No one gave a shit. And when I stopped doing it, no one gave a shit until I made about the furniture store across the street from where I live. The suicide of Kevin Cotter. People love those videos. Those are the ones that get views. I'm sorry. that negativity is fueling me right now, but at least I'm not dead.